Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nhlakanipho, and this is where we talk about property and finance and everything that's going to make you rich. So today what I wanted to talk about was house prices in South Africa, giving my not so important opinion on the matter and how things have developed in South Africa in terms of house prices, what our expectations were, and what is actually really truly happening on the ground, right? So if we take a step back to the beginning of 2020. South Africa was already in a recession at that period, and we were expecting prices to drop in price because that's what usually generally happens in a recession, right? And then we get into the lockdown period, and now South Africa is really definitely in a recession, no question about it, and everyone around the world as well. Now, the weird thing that I noticed about that period is that even though real estate was at a complete shutdown during the months of April and May, there was absolutely no activity happening because people couldn't go out and view homes, so people couldn't buy homes. So you found that sometimes people would purchase a home subject to viewing it. So the transactions weren't really flowing, transactions weren't really moving as expected. And then right after the country started opening up again, what happened? A lot of people started buying properties. And what happens when a lot of people start buying properties? The demand is increasing. And when demand increases, just using the simple laws of supply and demand, prices increase. So you notice that instead of prices decreasing in the year 2020, prices started increasing because people started buying more property. And this is mainly due to the interest rates in South Africa just being so ridiculously low at the moment. That has now made people who are fortunate enough to still have their jobs to be able to purchase homes because they now can afford a better home. They can now afford 100%. They now can qualify for 100% financing by the banks. The banks have really come to the party on that side, right? Now, when you just look at it from the perspective of just economics, right? We really did expect prices to decrease in South Africa. However, they've slowly increased around 3%, 3.5% around the country. The provinces that are really doing well though are Eastern Cape, Northwest, and Mpumalanga. Those provinces are property prices are around 6-7%, if I'm not mistaken. The price increase. So the demand in those areas is really a lot, and property prices are reacting to that as well. The only place that is really suffering the most is that crazy city called Cape Town, and deservingly so in my opinion, because the past 5 years, I don't know what those people have been smoking. They've been smoking their socks. That is clear to me without a mistake. Property prices have been averaging increase of over 11% in Cape Town over the past 5 years. That is absolutely unheard of and is ridiculous. And the market is now reacting to that and is trying to stabilize and normalize that again. Because now, if I'm not mistaken, stand to be corrected, it's around 2%. And I believe it should just stay at 2% for the next 5-10 years to come, actually. Because property prices in Cape Town are ridiculous. 1-bedroom apartments, 2-bedroom houses are ridiculously priced, and no matter where you go in the city, it's just a really expensive place to live in, whether you're renting or whether you're buying the home itself. So then this brings the question, is this a good time to buy property? Is this a really good time to buy property, considering that property prices are increasing even though South Africa's economy is still suffering? And I believe, yes, it is a good time. As long as you make sure that you've done your due diligence and it's a good deal, make sure that you do purchase a property, because if you don't, these interest rates will not last. They're not going to last at this rate forever. And the best thing you can do is make the most of the situation that we are in right now. You buy yourself your home, you buy yourself investment property, you refinance, you do whatever it is that you need to do, making the most of the interest rates that we have right now in South Africa. Because they aren't going to last, and that's just a reality. So is it a great time to buy property? I believe yes. Do you think it's the best time for you? I'm not sure. That's something you need to be able to decide for yourself, looking at your personal finances, assessing whether in your budget, can you afford to buy a property? Can you afford the transfer duties? Can you afford the transfer cost, the bond registration costs? And if you look at all of that holistically, including the maintenance of the property, the levies, the rates and taxes, and all of those costs that are involved in being a homeowner, if you believe that you can afford it, then definitely go for it. Why not? This is the best time to do it. But if you feel like you're still not ready, you still want to save up a bit of money for that bond registration costs and not take out a credit card or a loan to pay it off, then take your time as well. At the end of the day, you need to make the decision that's going to be best for you. But property prices in South Africa are not decreasing anytime soon. In my opinion, as long as interest rates are remaining as low as they are right now, property prices will continue to increase. And this is mainly in the sector where in the lower end of the markets, which is below 1.5 million. That's where we're seeing a lot of the activity. But above the 1.5 million mark, which is your luxury homes, that's where it starts getting a bit more tricky. A bit more consideration needs to be made, because that part of the market was really suffering. It did have a bit of a pickup at the end of last year, but that part of the market, I believe, is something that's going to continue to suffer, as much as prices might increase in the next few months to come. That's just my opinion. It's not set in stone. It's based on, obviously, on research that I've done using Lightstone and using other tools that assist me in assessing property prices and the markets of property in general. Anyway, that's it from me. I just wanted to share my opinion on property prices in South Africa. I hope that has been helpful. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you have any questions, or if you have any input that you'd like to add, or any other videos that you'd like me to make. And like and subscribe to the video. Don't forget that, okay? Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day, and cheers. That's it from me.